The Ed Brown fueled 2.0 metal, not steel. I know you guys got me on that one last time, damn trolls. But no, honestly, man, we still have the Gen 1. Now we have the 2.0. When Ed Brown saw the video on the Gen 1, like, hey, do you want to check out the new metal 2.0? I'm like, absolutely. We already did a review on this pistol, just the base M&P 2.0 metal, but not a lot of differences in regards to the original and the new fueled 2.0 metal, other than the module itself. And that's where the metal comes into play. It is an aluminum full one-piece frame. I like the aesthetics of this one, simply because I liked it on the factory model, but just the recesses, the inlays of the grips of the panels, it's done very well. This pistol, the trigger, is what really impressed me a lot.
All right, let's step on it a little bit, put a little gas on this thing.
At the range today, the trigger, just for them to be able to use the factory trigger shoe and do their work, there's some take up, as all triggers do, but once you're at that wall, you're at that wall. Anything from here on out, that shot breaks. Reset, at the wall breaks. And it literally just keeps going like that. And the faster you go, the gun tracks very well, does great. There are a few things between the two pistols that I like and I don't like, and I'm gonna share with you guys my final thoughts here shortly. So overall pistol, as I mentioned earlier, you guys you'll see the link with the Gen 1 version of it, but I do like the frame. Let's talk about the frame. The biggest thing about the 2.0 frame, number one, outside of how it looks, I like how the frame feels narrower, but it's actually not. Because if you look at it from this angle, it's actually not any narrower than the other model, the Gen 1 model, simply because the back straps fill in. So each back strap is fully textured with stippling, and you'll get all those in the package. You'll either the medium, the slim, the large. You can make this thing narrower in left to right girth or narrower in front to back reach, whichever one you want. The little indents here in the module where are good places for thumb stops. I probably would have liked these to be textured, but again, that's not a big deal. There's one on each side. You kind of get an idea where to put fingers if you need that. The 2.0 on I didn't bring the other one, it's at home, but on the 2.0 frames, the slide stops, right? They're ambi slide stop on both sides. This is one of the complaints I have in the factory gun, and I have it on this gun. These need to be broken down or buffed down. I don't have large hands, but if you had any bigger hand and your hands ride high, and you can see how I'm covering the slide stop like so, that does get sharp, right? These are very sharp corners. If you pick up any M&P 2.0 pistol, these things are, they're very tactile and very functional. They just are sharp on the back corner. So I've taken emery boards, the guns that I have, and just buffed those down to kind of make them softer. Light rails, same. I really like the slides on both pistols. The serrations are very tactile, very easy to use. I love the design. It's kind of like this, the aesthetics of the pistol is very well done. It's not a cheese grater by any means, but it is a very tactile finish. Red dot, they are cut for RMR pattern footprint, so Holosun SRO. One of the other cool things in regards to where they cut the dot and the rear iron sight that they use is the dot is pushed farther forward. Today in the video, you'll see running the Gen 1 gun with the SRO using a Safariland M&P RDS holster. This gun, if you buy an M&P and ran a SRO on it, it does fit the factory Safariland holster for RDS for M&P with 0 modifications needed at all. So again, that is a very smart play on Ed Brown's part to push this dot cut further at rear, caking the rear iron sight, reducing its width to push the dot further back. That's one of the things that gives the SRO a lot of grief with the fitment, because a lot of companies are using rear sights that are too wide, therefore starting their dot cut too far forward, and the front of the SRO hangs over the ejection port and impeding lockup on duty holsters. So that's something that Ed Brown nailed out the gate. Threaded barrel, not a fan, but I understand it's what they do. I would like, and again, you know what? I shouldn't say that because I haven't gone on the website and built one out. But I would like a non-threaded barrel. That's just my preference. These kind of guns, I'm not really running on a suppressor. We've played with one this afternoon this one had a suppressor, but we took it off to shoot it. But at the end of the day, I would prefer not have a threaded barrel. That's just my preference. But all of the barrel, internals, slide, all those products are cut, assembled, installed, tuned to a complete pistol at Ed Brown's facility. This is all in-house work off a base M&P gun. You can get all the components to put into your stock M&P frame. So the locking lugs, rear internals, all that, right? This area here is what makes these guns function as well as they do, because that's how you get that super tight slide the frame fit. There's very little play in this gun whatsoever. When you rack this gun, you actually feel the difference in recoil spring, slide to frame fit for a polymer gun. It's pretty impressive. Same thing on the 2.0. You feel that tension on that gun. So the fact that they can make a polymer pistol fit as tight as these do is extremely impressive. So you're probably asking me, which one would you take, Jeff? Which one do you like? And I'll be honest, it's the Gen 1. And the reason being is two things. It's really two things. It is, I really like the Apex trigger better. I feel this trigger has a better break to it, and I can get on this trigger much faster than I can get on the factory trigger shoe. This is still super badass at the wall. I think if you prefer more of kind of they're still kind of hinge triggers. They just don't have a two-piece hinge in them. But the Apex trigger, it just works well for me. And the frame module, not having the super extended slide stops, this gun just fits me better. Outside of those two features, the guns are identical outside of the metal 2.0 module, the aluminum module here, and a 2.0 or Gen 1 standard model here. Or excuse me, Gen 2, this is a Gen 2 frame. But I just like the Apex trigger and the slide stops much better than I do on this pistol here. Outside of that, they're 6s across the board. I just feel this one shoots better for me than this one did today. But either or. Price point for these, I believe they start around $2,000, which is pretty impressive for what you get pistol-wise. And you can find both these on the Ed Brown website. You can build your gun there, buy your parts there, ask questions to those guys there. And thank you for Ed Brown for supporting the channel. You guys have been awesome. Guns.com for sending out the Gen 1, and of course Ed Brown for sending out the Gen 2. Appreciate the support for the channel. That's what I got for you guys today on the Ed Brown Fueled Series. M&P 2.0 metal, Gen 1 M&P from Ed Brown. Till next time, guys, be well, take care. If you like what you see today, subscribe to the channel, comment, interact with me. I'll interact with you guys. It'll help your YouTube algorithm show you more content like this and others like it. And be sure to subscribe. Till next time, take care.